I'm going to do something that Fallout fans are going to have to bear with me with. I did create an opening narration, which is done at the beginning of every single game.
So he is going to go his best Ron Perlman impression because he did all the openings in every game.
I don't know if I'm going to do that, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. And every single opening opens the same way, and so I'll begin. War never changes. In the year 1945, the secrets of the atom were unlocked and unleashed by a union driven to war. The world awaited Armageddon. Instead, something miraculous happened. Atomic energy began to be used not as a weapon, but as a nearly limitless source of power. People the world over enjoyed luxuries once thought the realm of science fiction. Domestic robots, fusion-powered cars, portable computers. But then, in the 21st century, people awoke from that futurist dream. Years of consumption led to shortages of every major resource. The entire world unraveled. Peace became a distant memory, and the Armageddon that the world once feared became a reality. The Earth was nearly wiped clean of life. Spears of nuclear fire rained down from the skies. Continents were swallowed in flames and fell beneath the boiling oceans. Humanity was almost extinguished. A quiet darkness fell across the planet, lasting many years. But it was not, as some predicted, the end of the world. Instead, the apocalypse was simply the prologue to another bloody chapter of human history. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establish new villages, form tribes and gangs. Some seek to survive and rebuild. Others, it seems, just want to set the world on fire. Again. Because war never changes.
I want to set the world on fire.
Just need to put a mic drop at the end of that, you know what I mean? Just
We open with our ragtag group awakening after a peaceful rest in the city of Gateway, which is underneath the broken arch in the ruins of St. Louis. The city is constructed of shipping containers and scrap-built buildings, some little more than tents and lean-tos. Tens of people huddle here in the ruins of what once was a park beneath an ancient monument. And our heroes awaken to find that all is not right. Some of you might recall the events of the previous evening, some of you might not, depending upon how those events went. But as you find yourselves crawling out from under whatever lean-to or building you might have found yourself in the previous evening, you all remember the events that took place in the park. Just to the northwest of Gateway City, there's a long stretch of parkland between the remnants of the arch and an old courthouse. And all of you were traveling through that stretch on the previous evening when you were ambushed. And that is where we will start. So I'm going to start off, I think, with the three of you that made your own characters. And let you describe yourselves, introduce your characters, say a little bit about yourself, and where you're coming from. And I will move you over onto the board. I'm going to have you just be kind of in the middle where all of you have run into each other as you're traveling through the area. Why don't we start with Derek?
Okay. Derek is a Vault Dweller because I'm a big Fallout fan and it just had to be. When I was creating a character, I just didn't like the video game. So I'm a Vault Dweller from Vault 44. I believe it was, Brian, huh?
Yes.
Vault 44. And he is not the most charismatic of people. He's lived underground all his life in a very closed community, so he's very new to dealing with all the different types of people that are on the outside above ground. It's very, very different, and he's also quite unlucky as well, but he is very, very astute and agile. So I did a perception agility build like I would if I was playing the game. So he's fast and he's perceptive and he's I got kind of like a sniper type kind of role I was going for. But yeah, Vault Dweller.
Have you thought of a reason why you left your vault?
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to be as cliche as a Garden of Eden. What's it called? The GECK Garden of Eden creation kit.
Correct.
His vault's dying, so they need a GECK.
Oh, to bring it back into full operation? Okay.
Yeah. They need a new GECK. What's it called again?
The classic Fallout one.
The Garden of Eden creation kit. So you're out looking for one. We'll say that as of yet, you've not heard of any in the vicinity, but you know that there were other vaults in the area as well. Your vault is some ways from here, but not far enough that you've been traveling for that long. So you're probably fairly fresh out of the vault when you stumbled into this location. It was probably mid-afternoon when you found yourself in this kind of parkland area and noticed underneath the big shattered arch some kind of settlement there where you were probably going to look for information. So this is Derek, if anybody can't see those. The figures, he's the one with the clear vault suit on. All right. Do you want to go next, Goon, and introduce Stabby and his pet?
Yeah. Well, even though you see the name Stabby Husky, the character, as in me, is Stabby, and my dog partner is Husky. I decided that just now.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I've been all over the place, traveling, finding mercenary work, and even though I'm not really, you would think as a mercenary I would fight a lot, but I'm more of a talker. I always try to talk myself out of problems. So yeah, instead of, on the contrary of our Vault Dweller, I am very charismatic. And yeah, and I've always lived in the wasteland, traveling around, so I might know a bit more about surviving around. Well, it's what I do. So yeah, and I always try to find work for cabs.
All right.
I'm always wearing my hat.
And for the last of the self-created characters, Jake, would you like to introduce yourself? You're muted, Jake.
I've been doing that to be careful. Yeah. Hey, Stabby, it's Nitsul here. You know, it's great traveling around with you. I appreciate working with you and everything you do. But you know, it's been 3 days since my last meal. So if it's okay, can we have a little snack? You know, before our next meal in 3 days from now. You know, maybe a little piece of Iggy. I sorry, he was a dear pet of mine, but I had to kill him and roast him on a stick. think I could have a piece of Iggy's leg for a snack, please? I won't bother you again for another 3 days for food. I promise.
You're telling me that I have your food?
By way of introduction.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have been traveling together.
Okay. This is news for me.
Fine, roll with it.
Well, grabbing the leg, breaking it in two. Here's your part.
Thanks, Stab.
All right.
Appreciate it.
And I break my part in two and give a piece to Husky.
Awesome. So, Strain and Tony don't really know a lot about their characters because they are new to the franchise. So I will give a quick introduction for them. Starting with Big Jim, that Tony is playing. Note, the name is Jim, G-Y-M, because super mutants aren't always that smart, and they know what they like. Big Jim is a behemoth. He is not even appropriate. Super mutants are genderless. They are probably a good 4 feet taller than the tallest of the 3 survivors. Big Jim is massive. Green skin, bald head, carrying a huge weapon that looks like some kind of amalgamation of a buster sword with license plates on it and sharp pieces of scrap metal. And Big Jim has just kind of stumbled into this clearing where they've noticed several survivors hanging about. Now, Stabby and Nitsul might have a problem with this. Generally, super mutants are not seen as very companionable folk, as it were. But this particular super mutant doesn't seem to be aggressive at the moment. Maybe more curious than anything. Because if Big Jim is anything, they are curious about the small people that taste good, but maybe they're interesting enough to get to know a little bit better. And finally, we have Churchill. Churchill is a Mr. Handy who was also at one point destined to become a Mr. Gutsy, to be sent to England, actually, so is programmed a little bit differently than most Mr. Gutsies in the Wasteland. Churchill has green plating with not the most commonly seen single white star on his chassis that is normal for Mr. Gutsies, but the symbol of the British Commonwealth that also kind of varies a little bit from the England of our timeline, because Fallout is essentially a separate timeline and developed a little bit differently. Churchill has what appears to be a buzzsaw on one of his arms, an integrated pistol on the other, and he does have a pincer arm to manipulate things. And perhaps Churchill was loitering about in this area for some unknown reason, maybe some remnant programming, or perhaps he was just curious about the goings-on in this area because unknown to all of the collected group here, this area has been hotly contested recently by the city of Gateway and a group that has taken over the old courthouse that's visible just across the way to the northwest. And as they all kind of gather in this location, possibly just passing by, maybe they aren't even really looking to engage with each other. None of them seem openly aggressive to each other. But a shot fires out. And all of you can hear the whirring buzz of the bullet as it flies past, making you all aware of several men in ragged clothing with crude weapons closing in on you from either side.
Raiders.
Actually, you might not know that, Oliver, depending upon how long you've been out of the vault. If you just came out recently.
Derek doesn't know. That was Oliver. That
Right. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Sorry.
Wastelander.
So, the good news about this system is we don't have to do anything with regards to rolling initiative because it's already set. So let me add them in real quick.
Stabby, I hear shots. Do I have to throw my body in front of Husky again?
So
do that.
Those of you who are the Wasteland and Derek, although Derek is not stupid, he knows when somebody is taking a shot in his general direction. Know that these are raiders of some kind. And if you're familiar with the area, which I figure Stabby and Nitsul are at least, Big Jim might be, if Jim travels around. And Churchill, who knows if Churchill concerns himself with the ways of the strange humans that are all over the place. Maybe he's paid attention, maybe he hasn't. But these are Raiders of the Broken Crown, as you can tell by the primarily red clothing and the symbol of a broken skull with a crown on top of it that they've kind of haphazardly painted onto various parts of their armor or their clothing. So with the initiative already figured out by each character, we have the initiative list if you want to look at it. It's the 2 cross swords at the top of Owlbear. Derek is actually going to be acting first. And after Derek has taken an action, if anybody wants to spend a luck point to change their initiative order and go immediately, they can. But having highest initiative does give you kind of the benefit of starting us off. So
I'm happy to start us off. I mean, like you said, Derek's just out the vault. He doesn't recognise a radar, but he recognises a bullet buzzing past his head, and he recognises that you fire back at that. So that's what I'm going to be doing with my first initiative. Will be, I guess, I don't know how much the movement is, but just for, I think we're not using like an actual range map, are we? Just
no. So all of these,
fight, basically, and then
okay. So you're trying to get out of line of sight, so we can imagine maybe there's a little ditch there. Are you throwing yourself down into it and kind of taking cover, or?
I'm taking cover behind whatever, but the main thing is just so that I don't have the rest of these guys in between.
Oh, sure. Okay.
That's all I was moving, just so that they're not in my.
I gotcha.
Line like here. Yeah,
and that amount of movement was perfectly fine, and then you're able to take an action.
Okay, so I am going to use. I've got a gun, a 10mm pistol. So I'll be rolling on small guns, right?
Correct.
So my small gun skill is 3. It's a tagged skill. So to roll it, what am I rolling, Brian?
Agility plus small guns is what you're going to roll under. You're going to start with 2d20.
2d20, and I've got to roll agility and small guns under it. So my small guns is 3 and my agility is 9, so I've got to roll 12 or under on 2d20.
Correct. There you go. Yeah. All right, so you got an 11. That's 1 success, which is all you need to hit these guys. Unfortunately, you didn't get any additional successes. So you're going to roll the hit location die and however many dice for your 10 mil, which is 4.
Roll. Right. I've worked out the dice roller. Sorry that took me 10 minutes, folks. I really am sorry.
That's fine.
So that's left leg, and then I want how many?
Then you want 4 of the damage dice for your 10 mil.
Got that.
Wow. Okay.
5 damage and 1 effect, right? I don't think I have effects.
That is correct. So yeah, your 10 mil doesn't have any effects, but which guy were you shooting at, out of curiosity? If you right click on him, I should see your... Okay, that guy? All right. So I will remove some of his hits.
Everybody else, and he's the first one that's popped up in front of me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm literally sweating after that drama with the dice, guys. I'm so sorry.
Hey, no, it's fine. It's a new system and a new extension as well. But that is Derek's turn. So he fires off a shot at one of these strangers, not knowing at all who they are, but assuming because one of them fired in their direction. Probably a fair assumption. And you manage to wing him, and he grunts as he takes that hit. So that brings us to Churchill.
Okay. I'm gonna test my eyes, raise my gun arm. Raiders of the Broken Crown, you are the wrong crown that we have to deal with. So I'm going to have to shoot you now. I'm going to try not to hit any vital organs, and I'm going to shoot this one over that one. Ooh.
All right.
Because if you hit a vital organ, you can't harvest it anymore.
I know exactly.
Exactly. So you have 2d20, always 2d20 to start. And keep in mind, if you want to get an additional d20 right now without AP, you can always give me an AP to roll a third. Ooh, look at that. That's a 1 and a 19.
Nice.
Okay, so that's
leg.
So that is okay. So that's an extra success. That one, isn't it?
It is. You get 2 successes.
Okay, so can I give the extra? Does that generate the action points you were talking about?
Yes. So you get an action point. You can either spend it right now to affect your combat roll, basically adding to damage or the like, or you can bank it so that you or other people can use it in the future.
I will bank it for the group.
Okay. I will add an AP to the players pool, which is just to the right. Those watching might not be able to see it, but you guys should be able to. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all.
Roll 3 damage. 1 damage is an effect.
So 1 damage and an effect. Assuming you were using your 10 mil, the 10 mil doesn't have any effect to be able to do.
It has burst on the character sheet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So, burst, because your 10 mil is automatic, burst is you can spend an additional shot. You can hit an additional target within close range of the target for each effect rolled. It costs 1 shot from the weapon. So you can hit another one nearby. However, you're still only doing 1 point of damage. And I'll tell you right now, before you spend that extra point of damage, that your tactical circuits inform you that 1 point of damage was not enough to penetrate that first target's armor.
Okay.
So you're guessing that it's probably not a good idea to spend an additional shot right now.
That's fine.
Because we should point out.
Please proceed to organ harvesting.
Nice. So, yeah, it's also important to point out, please keep track of your ammunition use, because you're not going to get more necessarily. So, Strain fired 1 shot, and Oliver fired 1 shot. That brings us to Nitsul. Oh, and Big Jim. So, let's have, assuming Nitsul is going to use a ranged attack, let's have him go first, since you're at the same
okay,
point.
so the issue is action economy. I would need my my fast action or minor action to draw my weapon, and then I'd need my major action to fire that weapon and attack. However,
yep, go ahead.
Right now I'm next to Big Gun, who I don't know. I don't know where he came from. This position is. So I actually want to use my minor action to move away. And I'm going to like run north a bit.
Okay.
I'll go, Stabby, I'm just going to go flank. I'm going to flank. And I'm going to use my minor action to run away from Big Jim. And I'll have to use my major action as a minor action instead and draw my gun and like kind of aim towards Well, I'm not sure if I'm aiming towards Big Gun or the Raiders, but at this point I'll aim towards the Raiders because they're the things that are firing back.
Sure. And it's Big Gym. Think of like a gym, like where you work out. Big Gym.
What was I calling it? Big Gim?
Big Gun.
Oh, Big Gun. Oh, okay. Maybe. Sorry.
They are a big one, but the name is Big Gym. But they haven't told you that yet, so yeah. So you moved north a ways to get away from Big Jim. Sounds like
if there's cover by any chance, that's what I'm going to look for.
Sure.
I'm going to draw my gun out and
you can always scream out to the ground and take cover that way.
I'll scream out, yeah, Stabby, he's very vicious. You guys should give up now. Stabby's going to get you.
So that brings you to Big Jim. Big Jim, people are running and people are shooting. What do you think? These people that were around you seemed like they were all pleasant. It's the other dudes who fired a shot in your general direction.
That weapon is bigger than me.
What? Like, Big Jim is going to turn to these three closest.
Okay.
Just yell, Miss Jim. Like, just, Miss Jim! And just go straight towards them.
Okay.
So,
because they missed you.
Yeah. I go straight towards them, and I'm gonna just whack, coming in with my board, just on this middle one.
Okay. Miss Jim!
Yeah. Just the image of that, just like, Miss Jim! It's yeah. Yeah, that's the...
Right. So I think that's at least one, right?
Yeah, because this is classed as the board, so yeah, that's one.
Yeah, the board is your big two-handed weapon.
I need a hit location.
So yeah, just roll. You could just roll the hit location and the board damage at the same time if you wanted to.
Okay.
But...
1, 2.
Torso, okay.
And it's in the damage column. It's that number, yeah.
It is. You know what though? Let me double check that's right, because Big Jim actually has 2 bonus melee dice.
You got 6. I get 6 for that one.
Well, I just want to make sure that 6 isn't the damage of a board by itself, real quick. Because if that's the board by itself, you should be doing 8.
Oh, yeah, because melee damage plus 2. Okay.
Huh? No, it's base 4. So yeah, 6 dice.
Okay, so I got 2 effects and 1. But it doesn't have an effect, the board, so that's just 3 damage?
Correct. So, also keep in mind there is an AP sitting over there for you guys to use. Anybody can use that to add a D20 to a roll. You can also use it to add additional damage, but once it's used, it's gone. Add an additional damage die. It's not a guaranteed point of damage, I should point out. Okay, so Big Jim has dealt 3 points of damage to that poor little guy.
Actually, 1 second.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking I'm going to use a point of luck.
Okay.
To use my Slayer trait.
Okay.
Because I think in this it's very fitting to do that right now. Is inflicts an automatic critical hit on any successful melee on the hit location.
That's true.
And I think it's purely the intimidation right now of Miss Jim charge up and absolutely fucking. No.
All right. So automatic critical hit to the torso. So you strike them with this board / scrap Zweihander, essentially.
Half a car.
And yeah, right. And although the initial damage is not ridiculous, you do manage to find a chink in their armor as it is, and maybe a nail on it manages to grab something and rip and tear. But you see, all of you can see, if you happen to be looking in that direction, just a spray of blood get thrown out to the side as Big Jim sweeps across this raider. And what a critical hit to the torso does is at the end of that raider's subsequent turns, they will suffer 2 additional physical damage dice until they are treated, ignoring all of their damage resistances. They are bleeding. It's bad for them. Okay, so good use of that. That brings us to next in line is Stabby and Husky and the Raiders, but we'll let Stabby and Husky go before them.
Yeah, I was wondering, can I give Husky an order before my turn?
You can. So Husky can do a few things, but what do you want him to do? Or her?
Well, I don't know if it will work here as in the game. I want Husky to grab one of the raiders to make it an easier target.
Right. So, yeah, that's absolutely designed into the game. So you're basically going to have Husky assist you in your attack.
Yeah.
So I will have Husky make a quick roll.
I want Husky to take the top one.
Okay.
The one that Derek also attacked.
And that's... So you're going to attack the same one?
Yeah.
Okay. Because otherwise, Husky's just attacking on their own. So yeah, you get an additional success based on whatever your rolls are.
Okay.
So again, you start with 2d20.
What do I add? What do I have to? Because it does say target number 7, but I believe I have to add some more stuff, or
Nope. You just roll 2d20 and try to get below 7. Or 7. You also got a complication. So we'll deal with the 7 first. The 7 hits. You get an additional success from Husky, which you can either bank as an AP or you can use it right now to add extra damage dice.
Well, because I have a complication, let's add it to a damage die.
Okay,
So
you're going to roll...
damage die.
Correct.
And a hit location, of course.
Oh, actually, you also get Husky's damage dice. I forgot about that.
And
so you get 6 from your gun, and Husky... Go ahead and just make Husky's stats visible to you. Is 2, I believe? Oh, no. Also 6. Husky hits hard.
So
Wait,
I
that
get
can't be right.
third. Well,
No, I'm sorry, that's wrong. I never fixed that. You'll notice it says pincers there, not bite.
Yeah.
So that's something else he might run into. The rest of his stuff is correct.
I mean, he's just, one of them change dogs, isn't he?
Sure, yeah, he's mutated. No, he's 2 damage is how much Husky does.
Okay, so that means...
So you're rolling a total of 9 damage dice on this guy.
I am... Okay, let's roll.
Make sure to roll a hit location. Oh, you got it. Torso. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And 2
effects.
piercing.
Oh, and 2 piercing. So
yeah, because I use my hunting rifle.
The armor, yep. Okay, so what happens is that particular raider is now smoted. Why don't you describe for me how Husky and your shot take out that raider?
Husky grabs the arm with that he has his gun in and pulls it to his back, opening up his entire chest. And I just aim my hunting rifle and just shoot him straight in the heart.
Nice. Unfortunately,
Churchill,
as
but-
you fire that shot, you hear something kind of creak in your gun, and you've got a bad feeling that it's probably not going to shoot again until you do some repairs on it because of that complication.
Okay.
All right. So that brings us to the Raiders. So the first one is going to go ahead and try and hit the terrifying Big Jim that's in front of him. He pulls a tiny little piece of metal, tiny to Big Jim. It's a tire iron. And he swings it at you. And he hits you. He hits you, but maybe he's terrified. He's got a loose grip on it. The tire iron just it bounces off of you. It's not strong enough to really hurt you, but it flies out of his hand. So he's been disarmed of his tire iron. The other raider here is actually gonna kind of move away from the super mutant and take a shot at the robot that's just kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, that's not good.
And he manages to hit fairly well.
Lose our robot.
So Churchill's defense is 2, so he didn't hit as well as you'd think, because Churchill is pretty agile. But he's attacking with his pipe gun, small caliber, nothing for Churchill to worry about at all, I'm sure. And
22, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember my fallout correctly.
38.
A pipe rifle, is it?
Yeah, 38. Ooh, so he does manage to strike one of your eyes, one of the 3 eyes that you have, and maybe scratches the lens a bit of that particular eye socket, deals 1 point of damage that manages to get past your armor. And then these 3...
Which one actually did the shooting?
This one right here.
Okay.
What do you mean these 3? Oh, I should just...
Why am I now imagining him getting an eye patch on that one eye as a robot?
So these 3 kind of charge up, and they decide to take some shots at the 3 survivors over here. So one's going to shoot at Derek, one at Nitsul, and one at Stabby. So we'll do Derek first. That's a no.
Good.
We'll do Stabby next.
Oh,
Ooh. Oh, that's 1 hit. And the torso. And one at Nitsul. Again, 1 hit. Right leg. So I believe Nitsul has armor on his right leg, if I'm not mistaken.
It was
it's
on my
the
left leg. Yeah. I'm lucky
All right.
that way.
But you do still have your tough clothing on the right leg, so that's 1 point of armor. Nitsu or Stabby, I think, has the chest piece, right? If I recall correctly.
another chest piece.
So you have 2 physical armor there.
Yeah.
So we'll do Stabby first.
Oh.
So you're gonna take 1 point of damage. But there's no special on the pipe gun. And then for Nitsul, 2 points of damage, but again, no special on the pipe gun.
Okay, so I put it
I don't
2
have any
points
hit
on my
points
left
on any
leg,
of
on
my,
my right leg.
No,
right?
no. So you don't do. So I know it says hit points on the hit locations.
Yeah.
That's only if you are actually wearing a piece of armor that has hit points, which is power armor for those in the know. You just take 2 points straight off your health.
Okay, perfect.
Where do I see my health?
The armor
I
just absorbs the first hit point, doesn't it?
I don't see my health anywhere. What? No.
Your
wait.
health.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
1 point, right?
1 point for Nitsul, or for Stabby, yes. 2 for Nitsul. All right, so that brings us back to Derek. Shots are flying all over the place.
I'm going to call over here. There's more over here. God, I didn't see them before, actually. So I'm going to turn around. It looks like I think the rest of the gang have got these three-handed. I'm going to turn around and fire at the one in the middle here. I don't have burst on my 10 mil, do I? It's just 10 mil single.
No, yours is a single shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to be shooting at him. Let's see if I can work out the
Now,
dice.
you do have a fire rate of 2, though, so that brings up an important point that some of you might want to consider. When you shoot, you can decide to spend extra bullets equal to your fire rate to roll extra dice of damage, but it costs extra bullets.
Yeah, well, I've got
Some of you are limited.
And it says when spending ammo to increase damage, reroll up to 3 damage dice.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
I guess you want to hit first before you declare that you're doing that?
You want to hit first before you declare that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to be rolling to hit.
Okay.
2d20. One of them might be a hit, I guess.
Yeah, it is, if I recall, for you. Your TN's what, 12?
Yeah,
13?
12. Yeah, 12. Okay, so that's a hit, and the damage was 4, right?
Base damage is 4. Do you want to spend extra bullets?
Yes, so I will spend... So it costs 1 extra bullet, right?
Well, it depends. Your rate of fire is 2, so you can spend up to 2 extra bullets for 2 extra dice.
Right, I'll spend up to 2 extra bullets for up to 2 extra dice then. So this, instead of using 1 bullet, this uses 3. So instead of 14, I've got 11.
Right.
So this is 3 bullets. So I'm rolling
6 dice.
Dice of damage here.
And because of concentrated fire, you get to re-roll up to 3 of them.
You roll up to 3 of them. So that's...
looks like you only want to re-roll 1 of them.
5. Yeah, so how do I re-roll 1?
Just roll 1. I know that you've got 5.
Yeah.
Oh, and don't forget a hit location.
Oh yeah, hit location.
So that hits
in the
right leg.
So what was that total?
6.
Nice.
So you do 6 points of damage to the guy in the middle.
His right leg.
Yeah, is the right
leg. To his right leg, yeah.
Nice.
So you see that the bullet definitely goes through and through and tears through his kind of road leather type clothing that he's wearing. But yeah, significant hit. So that brings us to Churchill, who probably has his eye on the gentleman who took a shot at him.
All 3 eyes are turned to him. You have been targeted for organ extraction. Using my minor action, because I've just downloaded the quick start rules.
Yep.
I am using the minor action to aim.
Yep.
Which makes my next attack piercing +1. And I am going to fire. And also allows me, I think, to re-roll the first dice an aim does, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
So I am going to re-roll. I'm going to fire at him.
So for those of you who were not following that fully, if you don't move, you can use your minor action to aim.
Yeah, I could have done that actually, yeah. But Streamtastical rules, I don't.
I don't know if...
I just downloaded them and read them quickly.
I don't know if giving Husky a order is a minor action for me, but...
Husky is kind of his own deal, so no, that's not a minor action for you.
Okay.
He has a couple of things that he can do. So left arm, we've got, is that 2 hits?
No, 1 hit. No, 11 is 1 hit.
You want to roll the 12?
So that is, no, I my target number is 11. So that's 1 hit. Yeah, we roll it up.
So, yeah, there you go.
One day, nice.
You guys love those.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was right arm.
2 hits in his right arm.
Here's an important thing to keep in mind. You're using small guns, correct?
I am, yes.
That is a tag skill for you.
Right.
And your skill rating is 3. If you roll equal to or under the tag skill rating, that counts as a critical hit.
Oh, nice.
So you actually get 3 successes, and you deal a critical hit to his right arm.
Okay.
So,
good shooting, robot.
You can do your damage. You have 2 extra successes to either do additional damage or to bank.
I will use the 2 extra successes to do 2 more dice of damage.
Okay.
So that'll be 5 points of 5 damage roll. Bear in mind, this has got a piercing 1 on it as well.
Piercing 1, yep.
Um,
Which is all the armor they have. Unless you hit the head.
5 and 1 effect. Nice.
5
Wow.
and 1 effect.
So, 5 damage you're going to do. It's piercing. You could potentially... I mean, you know what?
No burst.
No, it's a weapon effect.
All
It's
right.
a weapon effect. I'm going to say that it ignores Big Jim. You know, this is all about the narrative. You're a robot with precise military targeting hardware. That guy is definitely within close range of you.
This one, the one that shot me, was this one.
It was this one, right? But if
That one
you
shot, right.
if you want to spend an additional bullet, I'll let you hit this one for 5 damage as well. Piercing.
Okay, yeah, why not?
Okay. So, 5 damage piercing. It's not enough to take either of them out, but the one standing in front of Big Jim, you hear the bullet go right past you. Maybe it just goes past like under your arm or something like that, but you see it hit this puny human that's standing in front of you.
Did the action point
Deal significant damage.
Did the action point I saved from last time get used?
It has not been used yet.
Oh,
It's still there.
So if I use it, that's an extra damage roll, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Do it.
So, it's
Oh,
not-
look at that. Look at that.
so that means
Okay.
they both take 6 points of damage, yeah?
We're done.
Correct. So
Right.
the one that hit you is still standing, but man, you take him down to a knee, hitting that right arm. It is a critical hit though, so you are. He drops his gun actually, and his right arm is now broken and unusable. He does still have his left arm though, which he could always try to use. This one, though, that's in front of Big Jim, instead of just seeing the puny human get hit, you see him drop in front of you. Clearly, he had just, given up. Like, he's so weak that your mere presence has... I mean, yeah, you heard a bullet go past you, but it had to be your attack that took him down. And that brings us to Big Jim and Nitsul. So Nitsul can see that the 3 raiders that were over by Big Jim, only one of them is still standing now, and he's on the other side of some trees, so probably has some cover from you. But you did hear the Vault Dweller call out that there were more raiders coming up from behind. So you can now see them over there.
Did you see what that thing did? That mutant? First, it was missed. If I fire at one of the raiders there and I accidentally hit that big mutant, it might get mad at me. And if I shoot in that direction and I don't hit that mutant, it might get mad at me for missing it. I think that I don't know, there's a raider there, there's a mutant there. Maybe those are 2 problems that will take care of themselves. That would be good. I'm gonna, those 3 raiders there behind us. I better go. Stabby, I'm gonna go take care of the 3 behind us. And I'll take my minor action.
Stop shouting out your ideas. They will know.
Oh, okay, I see. All right. Stabby, I'm not gonna go back and take care of the 3 behind us. Wink, wink. And I'm gonna try to use my minor action to get within a decent range of the 3 behind. And I do have a fire rate of 4, so I'll use my major action to fire at one of the raiders.
Okay.
So it is 2 dice. Yep. 2 dice, and then go to roll. See what happens. Oh, and one of them nice, but I do have a complication.
So here's the thing. You get a critical success, so that's 2 successes. Do you want to spend a luck point to re-roll that 20 so you don't deal with the complication?
Okay. How many luck points do I have? That's fine.
What's your luck?
You know what? Yes, I will. At this point, yes, 100%. I will re-roll 1, and let's see.
Oh yeah, you have 6 luck.
All right. Well, it was at least not a complication. So
It was, yeah, it's not a complication, but you still got a critical hit, so you have an extra success.
right.
You can bank it or use it.
Well, how many? How many damage dice do I roll, or do I just roll the?
So your pistol, I think, is 3
Yes, it is.
damage dice. So you could bump that up to 4 with the AP, or you could bank the AP.
No, I'll give the AP to the party, and I'll roll 3 dice.
Are you spending additional? You said something about using your fire rate. Are you going to use your fire rate?
Yes, I will.
It's your choice.
Yeah,
How
I
much
am.
of it?
Absolutely. Let's see what happens. I'll fire 3 out of the 4.
Okay. So you're firing a total of 4 bullets then. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
So using 3 of your fire rate plus the 3, and you're banking the AP, so that's 6 damage dice.
So 1.
So roll that plus your target location.
Plus the target location. Okay. One other question I had was, would these guys be considered mammalian?
No, they're humans.
Okay. All right.
Aren't
Humans are
mammals?
mammals.
Humans are mammals.
I know, but for the purposes of your perk,
I'm just checking. You
don't get to be a hunter of man.
Yes, I get it.
Nitzel, the hunter of man.
That's fair. That's fair.
It would be fitting.
So torso strike, 5 damage with an effect. That means you could use burst and do 5 damage to one of the other ones as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think
that will cost you an additional bullet, though. So now we're up to 5 bullets.
Okay, I better mark. I'm keeping track of that on my thingy here. So yes, I will do that. 100%. 1 bullet to get 5 damage to another radar. I mean, if I don't spend it, I could die in this thing. I gotta use
true.
it.
So which 2 are you targeting then?
I think one probably has cover from the tree, so the other one, because of where I'm standing.
Can you right click on them and show me potentially?
Okay, so which one did I hit? Sorry, show me which one.
I'm asking you. You've got these 3 guys here.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm assuming
Which
this
2
one.
are you hitting?
That one.
Okay.
And this
and
one.
then this one. Okay.
So,
fair enough. So not piercing, but you did still deal some pretty decent damage. This particular raider is put down, so you'll get to tell me how that goes. In this one, you rolled a critical hit, so he takes a bleeding strike to his torso. I can select him. There we go. So he is going to be taking some additional damage on his turn. So yeah, how do you manage to take down the one in the middle? Because he is just obliterated by that shot.
It's Husky. The Husky. Stabby. I got one in the gut. You see him bleeding. You see the blood burst is coming out. Oh man, you see what I did, man? Look, I'm so good at this stuff. And if you think I'm gonna get you, man, you just wait till Stabby comes. He's even worse, man. I'm telling you.
Why did I ever decide to travel with this guy?
Speaking of Stabby and Husky are up.
Wait, I don't think Big Jim went.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Big Jim. You have 2 dead bodies in close range, as well as a dog that you recognize having been with those weird strangers that you were just about to maybe talk to or pass by a few minutes ago. Again, you probably see this guy over here behind the trees, and you did hear one of the stupid humans shout out that there were more stupid humans coming up behind you.
Is this a normal distance?
Yeah.
Or
you can get within range to attack one of them, sure.
Okay. You know, I'm gonna go very good with the same theme. Yeah, so I'm gonna turn around at what heard the shouting and everything, turn, see the other guys, and just like, who? Because you said I knew that a gunshot happened near me. Didn't I? Okay, so turn around and just go, who shoot Jim? Who shoot Jim? And then obviously focusing on these guys because they look the same as the guys that had just fallen dead in front of me. And I'm going to run up to these, maybe pass a little too close to Stabby.
Oh shit!
Almost knock him over.
But then yeah, I'm gonna go to these because like them guys shot at me and they fell in my presence. These guys obviously must have shot at me again. Still missed.
So if you're shouting "Who shoot Jim," I'm gonna say that as you turn and start moving, this one right here actually like kind of sheepishly raises his hand and is looking around like, am I supposed to answer this? So
yeah, okay.
Stabby, that
Does
music is so stupid.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If he raises his hand, then yeah. I'm like, I sense movement. You're it.
Does that guy have a spissal? As in no eye? As in intelligence?
Dude, it's Fallout. Of course a raider's gonna be like, me?
Stabby, it's not the radar that's stupid. It's that big mutant. Everybody knows it's not who shoot Big Jim, it's who shot JR. That's what we say.
I don't know if I'd be calling a super mutant stupid.
You really want to call that big being stupid?
Also, timelines diverge in the 50s. Dallas never happened.
Oh, that's some version of it, maybe.
Maybe I.
So yeah, go if you're gonna attack that one, go ahead and make your roll.
Get on, Big Jim.
Dude, let's use the board again.
Oh.
You want to use some luck?
You said luck refreshes, didn't you?
Not as quickly as you'd think, but it will eventually. Yes.
Yes, after every encounter. No, isn't that the rules?
No, not after every encounter.
Yeah, I think I will use. I'm gonna use level 1 point luck. That's half
to re-roll the 20, perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at least I don't get the complication either.
Oh yeah, because you use luck for Slayer as well.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you didn't get a complication.
Yeah.
That's good.
Why didn't you tell me I could re-roll the 20 when I got it?
Because I thought it was funny. I don't know, because I forgot to tell you.
Now I have a jammed hunting rifle.
It's fine. You'll be fine.
Sure.
Okay, so Big Jim takes a huge sweep with his weapon of choice, their weapon of choice, I should say, at the raider, and just the raider is lucky enough to have just kind of weaved to the side and dodge. And that brings us to now Stabby and Husky.
Well, I need to repair my weapon.
It's not something you can do in a single action.
Oh.
It's gonna have to wait.
I'm going to then put my I don't know, is that a minor action, putting my hunting rifle on my back again and grabbing my
Sure, yeah. You can do both of those as a minor action.
the middle one was already dead, right? From the left one.
Correct, yes. And you can still... Husky has an action as well. Like, Husky doesn't have to worry about repairing or anything like that, so...
I'm going to send Husky to the one between the trees.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to the top one on the left.
Okay.
With my...
with your machete?
With my machete, yeah.
Okay. So, let's have Well, I'll go ahead and roll for Husky since you're both acting. So go ahead and make your roll as well. Husky, wow.
Oh, nice.
Nice roll.
Good boy.
Oh,
Good boy.
Well, what is
Yeah,
it
he's
about
very
about
good.
IMT games where
I'm
dogs
also
do
good.
lots of damage?
I know, right?
Dogs. They're
So
always slippery.
here's the thing. Husky got 3 more successes than he needed. No, that's not true. He doesn't have a tag skill. He got 2 more successes than he needed. Do you want those to be banked for the party, or do you want me to use them for Husky right now?
Can I split it?
You can, sure.
Then use one for Husky and bank one.
Okay. That is not a problem.
And I had a 19, which is too high, and a 1. So that's
Oh,
good.
okay. So you got a crit as well. So that counts as 2 successes. That's 1 more than you need.
Um,
Do you want to bank it, or do you want to use it?
Since I'm not as good with melee as I am with my rifle, I will use it.
Okay. So I'm rolling really quick for... Oh, no damage
Man.
for Husky.
He's all
On the
bark
right
and no
arm.
bites.
Yeah, he grabs the right arm and manages to kind of drag the raider a bit, but doesn't do any damage. So go ahead and make your roll with your hit location.
I don't get an extra one because of the
Yeah, because you're using your AP for sure.
so 4.
Total of 4. Yep.
Yeah, with 1 hit location that will be. I just check it up there. Left
Ooh.
leg, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4,
Another
5,
effect.
6 plus a effect, which means 1 piercing.
1 piercing, which is all you need to get past this armor. So yeah, you're doing straight 6 points of damage with, and you rolled a crit, did you not? Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. So crit on the leg.
Is the leg gonna fly off?
They immediately fall prone. It can no longer take the sprint action. Move action is now a major action for them. So they're prone on the ground. They have taken a significant amount of damage. And at that, I think we will. Well, no. Let's let Churchill take his last turn. Go ahead with Churchill.
Okay, I am going to take a minor action and aim at the one that's still alive over here, the one that shot me.
Yep.
You have been scheduled for organ extraction. Please die. And I'm going to shoot him again.
Please proceed to your demise.
Proceed to your demise.
I knew he was a perfect guy to play a robot.
His
Okay,
right
so-
arm again.
9 is a hit, though, right? For you?
Nine is indeed a hit.
Okay. So, yeah, 3
And
damage.
And I've
There
got the
are some
piercing.
AP over there if you want to use them. You
No,
got,
that's
you
okay.
got-
I've got the piercing one, remember?
Oh, you're aiming still? Yep.
I aimed the minor action, so yes.
Did you want to re-roll that 15 then? Just to see?
No.
Want to spend the luck point to re-roll those
I'm
3?
going to spend a luck point to re-roll those dice, yes.
Oh, look at that.
That's better.
Look at that. No one to burst to, unfortunately, but you do 3 points of damage, which is more than enough with piercing to put that one down. So,
Which
with
organ are you gonna
two,
extract?
with 2 of them severely wounded and the rest of you able to converge on them, I think we'll kind of fade to black on that remembrance of the previous evening. Having been successful in fighting off the ambush by the Broken Crown, all 3 of you, or 3, there's 5 of you, plus the dog, all 6 of you managed to move on. Maybe a few of you have taken a couple of minor injuries, but for the most part, you are largely unscathed, as it were. Someone has some repairs to do on their rifle, but you decided to head towards the settlement, which is not far from where you are currently. So let's bring the settlement up, and we will start to explore the settlement and what happened after that fateful meeting between the five of you. After I think we take a short break, we should probably do that. We have not done that yet.
Yeah. Okay, so time for a pee, time for a cup of tea.
Okay.
We shall see
We'll
you
be
in 3.
back. Yeah.
Which means we'll be back shortly.
So,
Back trips.
as I said when we started, you all woke up after trudging, after probably doing some looting, and then from the fallen enemies, and then trudging your way to Gateway City. Depending upon how you all kind of engage with each other, you've been through a fight together. Even though it might be strange to engage with someone like Big Jim or a robot that is not a common companion.
Well,
I would
the
imagine.
robot I'm not that worried about, but I would go to Big Jim and like, yo, big guy, you cool?
Oh, yeah, sure. Stabby, he's cool. Did you see when he took care of the raiders? He didn't hurt any of us. He must be good, right? Right, big guy?
I will just say, while we're looting, I am gonna take like an arm or a leg. So do with that what you will.
I'd be wanting to piece together some armor if possible. Like,
So I can tell you what they have, and you guys can decide. Now, as I was saying while we were on break, some of you are going to need some materials to repair things. Churchill doesn't heal naturally. He actually needs to be repaired, being a robot, unsurprisingly. Now, he is able to repair himself, but you're going to need at least some common materials to do so. You only need one common material, but still, you need some. In order to repair... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I will search for the common material while I'm attempting to organ extract. Unfortunately, Churchill's medicine skill got a little doolally with his programming. So in his efforts to use his buzzsaw to organ extract, he kind of makes a bit of a mess. And there's, leg or an arm for Big Jim is easy because the buzzsaw blade kind of slipped several times. His attempt to take the brain as a vital organ didn't quite work out. He kind of took the whole head and
Did you get the bloody mess?
So, since you're engaging in that, this will be a treat for some Fallout fans. Strain, why don't you roll? We'll say 2 combat dice for me. 2 of the D6s. Okay, so you do manage to harvest a usable amount of mystery meat that you can put into one of your compartments for later cooking if you so choose to do so. That, however, is not a common material. When it comes to getting other materials, because Stabby is going to need some materials to repair his gun as well, there are a couple of options. You guys could just scavenge the area, which is something you can always decide to do should you choose to. It makes it possible to find sometimes weapons, ammunition, chems that you could potentially use. But it's also important to note that when you have stuff, you can actually break it down into materials that you can use.
Yeah,
So
well, that's what I was thinking. I might have seen that tire iron.
Yeah.
And
So
I would need metal to repair my gun, so
Sure.
I would take that to break down and.
So the good news is this game doesn't get down into the details of like the hundreds of different types of materials that are available in Fallout. Instead, they just break it down by common material, uncommon material, and rare material.
Okay.
So basically all you need to do is I'm going to tell you what you can grab from these bodies. I'm assuming you all have not released the 2 surviving wounded raiders. I'm assuming you may have done something.
Well, I'm
final with them?
machete and
Harvested
stabbed
the
them.
organ.
No, wait, but don't do that, Stabby. Why? No.
There's a
come
reason
on,
they
that's-
call me Stabby.
That's a mistake. I know. Guys, look. Are you sorry you attacked us? Say you're sorry. Apologize to Stabby. Offer him something. That's
So one of them, only one of them, not the one that Big Jim cut down, because he's very hurt. One of them is like, screw you, Wastelander.
No, that's the wrong approach.
Didn't I ever tell you that raiders don't have mercy?
Well, hang on 1 second. He's just uneducated. I'm gonna reach out in my bag, and I have an overdue library book, whose title is "How to Make Friends and Influence People."
Of course it is.
And I'm going to offer that to the radar and say, just read a couple of chapters from here, and then talk to him. Stabby, we'll tie him to a tree. He'll read. He'll be educated. He'll be smart. He's gonna learn stuff. He'll be good. Maybe he'll be able to do some
allow
good.
me.
And at this point, Churchill turns around with his buzzsaw covered in blood, his pins and arms with a load of mystery. Should I harvest their organs? And there's a bloody mess on the floor around them.
Would I?
Just
Dinner?
a slick
What was
calling.
what was the name again?
Big Jim dinner.
Oh, what was the name again? Was it Gorgora in New Vegas? That was actually a den for
Oh,
cannibals.
yeah,
Was it
yeah.
Gorgora?
Well, I mean, it's well known that super mutants have been known to eat people. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not. It's also, I should point out, not uncommon for super mutants to randomly decide to work with people. Like, they're very mercurial as it is. But yeah, I mean, it's you guys' call. Decide now. Do you want to let one of them live, or are you gonna finalize them both?
Derek's taking it back.
The one that
Raiders, first time meeting a super mutant. I've only ever met vault dwellers and robots before.
Yeah, you've never seen a super mutant before.
Never seen a raider before.
The one that I made prone, I just stab him in his face.
Yeah,
so.
you stabbed him. But what about the one Jake gives the book to? You gonna tie him to a tree and leave him? Take his stuff?
Take his stuff, because I'm
I
going
was going to go like, all right, you raider. If we let you live, would you chase us? And I would
No,
actually use
man,
my
I'm getting
charisma.
out of here. What are you talking about?
Well, would you get your friends? And
You killed them all.
well, is this every one of your raider group? Really?
No, for a fact, it's not.
You
The
don't lie
Broken
to me,
Crowns
then.
are a very large group.
So don't lie to me. I know your group. Are you gonna send more after me?
Make a speech check. Charisma speech.
That would mean it is a tag skill.
Huh?
So I roll
2d20.
2d20.
Always.
If I fail one, you'll get an ability point.
No, that's only if you fail a non-tag skill. You're safe tag skills.
Oh yeah. If you fail a skill test, when you fail a skill test using a skill other than a tag skill, the overshield against one. Oh yeah, that's it. 2 and then roll. And what do I need to make?
Whatever your charisma plus speech is.
My charisma is 7. My speech is 3. So
10.
I need a 10. I have a 10. So
Have a 10. Okay. So he's like, really, mister? I ain't going to get nobody. I'm going to head south away from here. And you know that south is not an area generally held by the Broken Crowns. So it seems like he's telling the truth.
Okay, Nitzel.
You see, Stabby, you're applying the stuff from the book I've been reading to you every night. You know, you can make friends just by taking an interest in who they are and what they want and what they're about. It says it right here. Carnegie writes it. It's you gain trust and respect from people when you take an interest in their life. Very good. That's progress.
So good.
That's great.
So before you let him go, are you going to disarm him?
Oh, yes.
No, don't let Churchill disarm him. That would be a mistake.
Churchill's not disarming him because that would cut his arm
Well,
off.
I will ask him. Okay, Raider, do you want me to disarm you, or do you want Churchill to disarm you?
He looks over at the Mr. Handy with the just dripping with gore.
I'm also asking this while Churchill is busy.
Whatever you want.
Okay, thank you. And I'll take all his weapons and ammo.
You're going to strip him naked.
Well, I will not take all.
He's just wearing road leathers. So,
yeah, but I'm taking all his weapons and ammo.
So, if you let him go, and he does actually take Jake's book, and I'm going to remember that Jake.
I'm not giving him the book. I was giving him the book while he was our prisoner. While he was the prisoner, I wanted him to read a bit, or I will have read him parts of it. I keep that book because I read it to Stabby every night.
Sure, of course you do.
And I always go to bed with earplugs in, so I don't hear it.
Exactly.
So, from the raiders, you have managed to scavenge some useful items. There are 6 tire irons. There are 6 pipe guns. And there are... I'm just going to do one roll for all of them, so it's quick. You managed to recover a total of 15 .38 caliber rounds from each of them. So 15 times 6 is 30 times 3, 90. 90 .38 caliber rounds. And then if
Who is using those?
Well, I mean, somebody might want to if you run out of rounds for your primary weapons because you have.
Can I use a luck point like you mentioned earlier to turn those into 10mm rounds for the party because we all use 10mm?
I will let you use a luck point to turn 15 of the rounds into 10mm rounds.
That's fair. So 15 10mm rounds,
but just you, since you called it out.
No, but I was going to do the same thing. If I can use one of my luck points to take 15 for 10mm rounds.
I can't let you change all of them because it wouldn't make sense for all of them to have different ammunition than the guns they were using.
All right.
You will have some future opportunities to get some more ammo. Don't worry.
What I would like to do though is
how much of the ammo? Because I'm going to take one of the pipe guns and the ammo.
So there. Like I said, there was 90, but take away 15. So there's 75 .38 caliber rounds. RX took 15 10mm, which he can also share a little bit of, actually.
Yeah, the group for the group everybody needs 10mm.
Yeah, but I'm going to take one pipe gun and the rest I want to, if no one else wants one, I want to dismantle the rest.
Yeah,
right. So does anybody else want a pipe gun or a tire iron?
Only to make common items so that the robot could fix himself. Like that's what I want to do with my share.
What's the damage on the tire iron?
But that's why I want to dismantle the weapons to make crafting material, so that we can use that. But
right.
I am going to take one of the pipe guns so I have a backup weapon.
Sure. So the pipe gun damage is 3 dice. The tire iron damage is 4 dice.
I'll take a tire iron.
Okay.
Pipe gun, and it's a small gun, right?
Currently.
It is small gun, yes.
Small gun, so it's tagged for me. So that means I will have 7 as well. Yeah, because.
Yep.
Does it have any effects?
No.
It's physical.
Range is close, fire rate is 2. It is close quarters and unreliable. And the tire iron has no special effects. It's just 4 damage.
Quality unreliable.
What's the weight on it? 1, 2.
Those I'd have to look up. I'll tell you that in a minute, but they're not too bad.
Okay, no worries. Target
was-
number is your
It's
melee
melee
weapons
plus strength.
plus strength.
So let's deal with breaking some of these items down then. It does take some time, so I imagine you all would probably wait until you get to the settlement, should you decide to travel together, to break down items. Breaking down items is an intelligence plus repair test. So anybody with repair and a good intelligence are probably the ones who want to break these down. Now, what's
break
interesting... Yeah, you could break them, but not break them down into usable parts. What's interesting is that the test to break them down is a difficulty 0. So you can still roll if you want to try and generate some AP that you'll be able to use later. You guys still have 1 AP in your pool. Or, sorry, 2 AP.
Yeah.
I'd like to, because I'm actually quite intelligent, and it's attack skill for me, repair, I believe. So I will roll to break them down at the appropriate time.
Repair,
Okay.
I have 2 and intelligence 6. So my total roll for that target number is 8.
So I mean, everybody can make an attempt when we get there. But so just so we're clear, the only things that you're keeping are 1 pipe gun, 1 tire iron. Nobody wants to keep the road leathers,
No, leather,
the
yeah.
clothing.
Well,
Yeah,
I
leather
think for
better than
trade,
armor I
if we
have.
can carry them. Or is
Road
I'll
leathers,
make an eye patch for my eye just to please Scoon
right?
until I get my eye repaired.
The road leathers are not necessarily better than what you're wearing.
They're not better than the vault jumpsuit. In that case, we'll keep the vault jumpsuit.
Your vault suit is better than it was in the games, realistically. Until your best bet is to keep your vault suit and then layer armor pieces over the top of it, not change your outfit.
So road leathers isn't like a piece of leather armor then?
No, it's an outfit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's less
It's
of a
like
leather
tough clothing, but
Yeah, exactly. It's almost exactly like tough clothing. It just looks a little different. So
Well, no, because
then-
tough clothing is much heavier. Road
It is
leathers
that's
are,
true.
are
Yeah.
lighter.
But with
So-
Which you can switch to if you want to.
I mean, if there's no practical difference except that I get
lighter, less.
a higher.
It's a little lighter, but none of you are really even close to your max
Yeah,
weight.
okay. All right, I'll just leave it like that then. That's fine. But what about as a trade item? Does that help?
It could also be a trade item for sure.
Everything's a trade item.
Yeah, so
Scrap
I'll,
metals
well,
trade.
I can barter real good.
Yeah, that's true. I'll carry an extra set or 2 for the party to have as.
In different ways. It's a I have the highest skill in it, the highest rank in it. It's tagged for me, and I can re-roll.
Now, the final thing that's important, at least, well, I mean, you probably would have grabbed these from the guy you let go as well, is their money. So they do all, most human enemies come with a wealth rating, which you essentially just roll that many d20s to determine how many caps they're carrying. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 6d20 to see how many caps you guys end up with from all of these gentlemen.
Damn,
Oh, he's rolled pretty low, actually. A
47.
lot of low ones there.
Is it not showing me my die roll? It's weird. Did anybody get that count, or does it show up on
47?
your screen? I'm not seeing it. 47, okay. So yeah, you find a total of 47 caps between the 6 of them.
Now I'm wondering, Big Jim, do you care about caps?
You're a true mercenary, eh?
Yeah, you know what? Hang on one second.
There are super mutant traders.
I'm gonna go Winning friends. Winning friends begins with friendliness. Winning friends begins with friendliness. Winning friends begins with friendliness. Hey, Big Jim, here. Do you want some caps? We can be friends. Do you want some caps?
Shut up. I'm trying to be friendly. That's why I'm asking.
Sharing out caps is always good. It's good for everybody.
I will share it with you guys, but if the merchant doesn't care about caps, we have more.
Derek might actually be a little bit confused why you guys are so hype about some bottle caps.
Yeah, I am. I'm like, what are the caps for?
Well,
you can use caps for many things.
Stuff.
Good.
It's like a chit currency.
You see, I can use the organs I've harvested.
Just hold that mystery meat
to gain caps.
That would be the currency for Big Jim here.
No,
there's no caps before.
You know what? He's right. I hear that there are some settlements that for every raider you kill and you bring back like an ear or something, they give you caps.
I've heard about it.
That's actually true. Yeah.
I've heard stories.
Are there good organs to harvest in the vaults?
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. Putting away a necklace of ears.
Not in my vault, Churchill, my friend. My vault is dying. That's why I'm out in the wasteland to try and find a neck.
Do you need some organs then?
As long as you let me hang on to mine, I think I'll be okay for now.
Oh, yours are quite safe, sir. Quite safe.
That's fine. I don't need any spares just now, but maybe hang on to some. I am a human. I do use organs.
All right. So to move us forward a little bit, we've got some stuff that we've scavenged. We've headed into Gateway City and managed to procure ourselves a place to sleep for the evening. When you enter Gateway City, like I described earlier, it's they call it Gateway City. Nitsul and definitely Stabby have heard of it. But like most cities in the wasteland, it's not what Derek would associate with a city, at least what he's learned in his schooling in the vault. You know, cities used to be massive things with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people living in a contiguous, kind of urban landscape. Gateway City, there's maybe 40 people here, maybe 50.
Wow.
And there's people working some mut fruit and some potato plants. There are people gathering water from down by the river's edge. There are people doing various handiwork around the settlement, but you can also see that the walls of the settlement, just kind of a combination of cars that have been placed up on their sides and billboards that have been pulled down and broken old concrete sections. It's clear that the walls have taken a beating recently as you head in for the first time. No one seems to really be too concerned about a super mutant walking into the settlement. You don't know what that means, but they don't seem. You're not assuming you're not being aggressive towards anyone.
No, I was literally just going to ask if I walk into a city, was there any sort of decorum to show that, basically to say they don't attack you, I won't attack you kind of thing. I don't know.
Actually, what's interesting is, so you're the tribe of super mutants you're from, maybe they have some kind of safe holding process that they do, and maybe people around here have learned that. Like maybe you tie a particular colored handkerchief around your board or something like that to make it known that you're not here to be be and maybe the people around here have learned that.
Big Jim,
I'm carrying like human parts, so I was like really worried.
No, but Big Jim,
are you making it obvious that you're carrying human parts, or
no? I mean, it's probably wrapped up, but
yeah, nobody really cares about bloody packages.
Yeah, okay.
It's the apocalypse.
Big Jim,
and besides, Churchill over there is literally just holding his pincer up, holding the meat.
Anyone needs spare organs? Anyone needs a spare organ?
So I think people are more focused on Churchill in that case. There's a meat seller that seems interested as Churchill kind of floats by holding this meat up.
So I'm going to talk to the guys. Do I these cap things? I need these to buy food out here up above ground.
You need those to buy anything.
And that brings us to the next important point. You guys were just in a pretty harrying fight, and in fact, every time you enter combat, you suffer a level of fatigue. Everybody except Churchill. Churchill doesn't need to eat, sleep, anything like that.
Damn you, Churchill.
But those of you that are living, you suffer a level of fatigue. There's no way for you to track that. I keep track of it. Don't worry about it. But if you go too long without eating, sleeping, or drinking something, it can begin to have negative effects on you. Again, except for Churchill.
All right.
This merchant that seems to be interested in the mystery meat, I shall gently float over. I have this fine meat. Are you interested?
Oh, what kind of meat is it?
Mystery meat.
Oh, okay. I get where you're coming from. I understand. The provenance of my meat is not always, shall we say, common. So, well, what are you thinking? What do you like for it?
One man's meat is another man's meat. And he's pleased to good to meet you. 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 I mean that. Hello. Yes, meat. What would you give me for this mystery meat? Meat.
Are you, you want me to cook it for you, or are you looking to sell it?
I would be looking to sell it.
Oh.
I do not require meat to eat.
Well,
to eat meat for me is not a good thing to do.
I suppose not.
To do.
In that case, my fine mechanical friend, I do believe I could offer you 5 caps.
That sounds reasonable.
Chunk of meat.
5
so
caps.
yeah, he reaches down to his belt and he's got like an old like coin like clicker thing. If you guys know what I'm talking about, where people put coins and slots and click them off, but this one is yeah, and he counts out 5 caps and goes to hand them to you, but then just puts them on the counter in front of him.
I shall then use my pincer arm that is now free of the mystery meat to lift the eye patch off my eye and wink my light at him, put the eye patch down, and then pick the caps up.
Amazing.
And as you float away, other people might notice him like picking up the meat and like smelling it. Gives it a little.
It's fresh. This man has fresh meat to cook. A fine meal shall be happening.
All right. Is anybody else looking to do anything?
Yeah, I'd want to take some of these caps that we just took off these raiders and buy some gecko on a stick, on a stick, or some iguana meat.
I was trying to count down if we would share it, but that would be 9.4. But I don't know how to do the 0.4.
Well, I mean, how do you want to share it out? Maybe somebody keeps a couple extra. I mean, it's up to you.
Well, maybe somebody who's good like with like medicine and stuff. Not the robot, but somebody else who's good with medicine and stuff. Maybe they buy like a patch up kit or something if possible, because my leg is it might get infected. Stabby, does this look like it's going to get infected to you? My leg over here.
I'm skilled in medicine. I can help patch you up.
Yes, that's true. People who are skilled in medicine and have a first aid kit or a medical kit can make checks to try and heal people. In addition to that, it's also important to note that eating restores health. So buying food can help you. If you need more immediate healing, like in the middle of a fight where you're not just going to sit down and eat a meal, there are things like stim packs that are very helpful. But if people are looking for food, I mean, this
merchant has food.
Yeah, it's a pretty.
Smells good.
It's not a small settlement, but he does. The Churchill points out that the meat vendor is selling some food. It looks like there might be a couple of other shops you could duck into. Are you looking to trade and barter, or are you just going to look to straight up buy stuff with the caps that you have?
I'd probably trade the 2 suits that I was carrying with me for food if they have value for that.
Well, you might want to trade those less to a food seller and more to like a general kind of pawn type place.
Yes, I mean get caps for it and then use the caps to pay for food. If
You want to go to a general store.
And Derek, you can purchase most things out of the vaults with caps.
With caps, right? Okay.
Absolutely,
I'm
yes.
going to try to buy some food, but I don't want the mystery meat because I know what the mystery is.
Oh, yes, other meat as well.
We'll get to that. First, we'll deal with Jake. Jake, you're talking about selling. You took 2 of the road leathers and you want to sell them?
I'm going to kind of paraphrase how I took 2 of the road leathers.
Yeah, go ahead.
I took 2 of the road leathers in such a way that there were probably 4 road leathers that had different holes and damages in different areas, and I kind of made 2 good, unhurt, undamaged sets of clothing from the, I guess, 5 that were there. The ones with the least bits of blood and stains on them.
Okay. So what you're telling me is you want to break a couple of them down and use them to repair the other ones?
No, basically, like if one of the raiders was hit in the chest and his road leathers have a hole in the chest now, I would take one that was hit in the leg instead and didn't,
Think of it as more of like a complete suit. So I get
Exactly.
what you're trying to go for, but
It's like a coverall.
yeah, you don't have to worry about like trying to sell a good suit. Like people will buy whatever out here. Again, it's the wasteland. Everything gets reused, everything. So you don't need to try and cobble together one good suit out of 2. You have 5 suits as a group to either sell or break down. And that's what you want to figure out.
Okay,
Now,
guys, so what do we want to do?
If you're looking to earn caps, you're probably going to get more value out of the pipe pistols than the road leathers. Because if you go to, let's say, the general store, and the woman who works the general store, as you walk in, she, gives you a quick hello, a positive, pleasant hello. She actually has like a bell set above her door that dings when you open it. For all that the door is really just like a couple of weird planks of wood strapped together by some ratchet straps. But she did find that bell and she put it up, and it rings as you walk in, and you see her just kind of sitting in her chair by her counter, stroking the back of a red roach, one of the largest roaches you've ever seen. It's probably bigger than a 20-pound cat. And
Bigger than the thing that's on my own
chilling out.
shoulder.
Yeah, it's chilling out on her counter.
A pet rat.
Oh, hi, honey. What can I do for you?
Well, we've got some leathers to trade or pipe guns to sell. People who had them, they don't need them anymore.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
So,
Well-
what is it we can get for all this? I do want a good price for it.
Well, I'll tell you, I can offer you, maybe 1 or 2 caps per suit of leathers you got there, and if you're looking to sell them pipe pistols, I can offer you a certain amount once I find the page that they're on.
They're 30 apiece.
Well,
Is
I'm
it 30
I'm
apiece?
trying to
Yeah,
use my
they're 30.
barter skill
So
because
I can
I'm
offer
a
7, 8 caps for each of the pipe pistols.
make it 10.
Give me a roll.
We need them for parts, Stabby. We need to fix our robot so that he could continue to harvest.
We have 5 of them.
So he continue to operate.
We have
Road
5
leathers can also be broken down for parts.
Okay, well that's probably what we'll do instead. Yeah, makes sense.
But we have 5 pipe pistols, right?
You do.
took 1.
Yep.
So we could just sell 4 and use 1 for repairs.
No, you have 5 to sell. You kept 1. There were 6 dudes. You stripped the weapons off the dude you let go. So
yeah,
you
have road leathers
we can
instead.
Break down 1.
No, we can break down the road leathers instead because they're worthless, but they can still use parts of them to repair a
You can't break. You couldn't break down the road leathers.
You can. It's magical. Don't worry about it.
The thing is, road leathers are going to have little bits of metal holding
anything
the
can
leather
get broken
together.
down into parts.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for the barter.
Okay.
So that will be charisma plus the rank. So that's
Charisma plus barter. Yeah.
That would be 10. I'm gonna re-roll the 13 one.
No, you got a success.
Yeah, but if I have 2, is it better?
I mean, if you have 2, you would earn an AP, but it's not necessarily better in this circumstance.
Okay. Because I can re-roll 1d20 on opposed barter.
All you needed was 1. Yeah. I mean, if you want to use your formal hat and get that re-roll, sure, give it a try.
Yeah, but you can also get a 20.
I do have a success, so why not?
You could also roll a 20. That's true, but
no, but I could also roll a 1.
You could.
But
okay, so no change.
No.
So yeah, you got 1 success. She says, okay, I think I can do 10 caps per pistol.
Good. So then we will have an additional
50.
50 caps.
97 we're at. Plus the 5 the robot got if he's chipping it in is 100.
That's up to him if he's chipping it in.
Yes.
I mean, we helped kill the bad guys that he's selling.
That's true.
That would be.
I bet you didn't help harvest their organs, did you?
True.
102.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Stabby, we should probably
10 each and just leave 2 in like a group pot.
Did you see how big Jim's
You could, yeah,
that
that's fine.
road rat?
So everyone can have 20 caps. And then we have the 2.
You also still have the tire irons as well, which can also be broken down. But in order to break things down, this is where we get to another part that people who are familiar with Fallout would know. You need workbenches.
Yeah. Most settlements have workbenches, so
you have to find the person that owns it to let us use it.
Doesn't mean they're going to let you use it.
Yeah.
I'm very charismatic. I could talk them into it.
You might want to ask first.
Do you maybe have a workbench around here that we can use?
Oh well, there's Riggs' shop down the way near the center of town. He's a head man, leader, whatever you want to call him. But he's got a full shop. He's got several workbenches down there if you want to use them. I'm sure he'd let you in and. Well, let you in. It's kind of an open air kind of situation, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, I know. So yeah, okay. Thank you.
You just gonna take my caps and not buy anything? You looking for anything?
Whoa. Go ahead, Jake.
That rad rat that you have. How much is that? It looks like it could feed us for a while.
He ain't for eating, honey.
What?
This is my friend.
You're obviously farming it. You're fattening it up so you'll be able to cook it in the end, right?
No. Cooter's my friend. Cooter's been with me for a good many years.
You're not going to eat him? What a waste. How is he your friend?
Why don't you go find your own? Cooter's been watching this shop and working this counter with me for 20 years now.
Well, we do. We have Husky, but we're fattening him up too before we eat him.
No, we don't. I would rather fatten you up.
I don't know. My life is crazy.
Oh, you may have seen a rad roach
I've
in
seen rad
the
roaches. I've
vault.
never seen one like this. It's crazy.
Red roaches
Right.
are
Pretty big.
everywhere.
It's been well fed, yeah.
Red roaches are kind of like pigeons.
Right.
You find them everywhere.
Yeah, this one looks surprisingly clean. You can even tell he's got some scroll work done on his carapace. Like, it looks like she took like a milling tool and like did some art on his carapace for him.
Wow. That's funny.
Now, like I said, honey, he ain't for eating. That's the last I'll hear of it. If you want to be welcome in the shop.
You know what? How about? Yeah, do you have any 10mm ammunition or sights for any of the like?
Yeah, I could use a scope if you have.
Well, I can't help you with a scope right now, honey, but I can potentially help y'all with some ammunition. I mean, how much are you looking to get hold of?
I require 4 10mm shells.
4? I can give you 4.
Oh, delightful. Thank
I
you.
can just give you 4. I've got 15 earlier, right? I'll take 4 off my sheet and you can...
Thank you.
I could use, if you have about 22.308 ammo.
22.
Yeah, I want to round it up to 50.
Well, the 308 is going to cost you 3 caps per shell, my friend. Your 10mm now, that's going to be 2 caps per round.
I don't need any now. My friend here has given me some. Thank you again, Derek. It shows that vault dwellers are nice.
In the vault, we learn that only through cooperation and working together can we survive.
She says, wait, Vault are you a for real Vault Dweller? You didn't just grab that suit off somebody?
No, this is real. This is genuine from the vault. Yeah, I'm out.
I did think you were looking pretty clean there.
Just fresh out.
Oh, 44. That's over off the highway.
Some ways over there, yeah.
Yeah, that place has been sealed off since the war. You just come out of there?
I just come out, yeah. First one to come out. The first person ever to leave my vault.
Yeah, never seen somebody from 44. Seen somebody from 70, somebody from 141.
I've been to one.
Never 44 though.
141 that I went to, that you said?
Was, yeah.
Oh yeah, I've been to 141, yeah.
Oh yeah? How they doing over there? They're all dead.
Not good. Not good.
I wasn't taken into a vault. I've been here for 200 years.
My vault might not be doing so well, and I'm looking for something, and I don't know if you would have one in stock, but maybe you might be able to help point me towards one. I'm looking for a GEC, a Garden of Eden creation kit. Any idea where I would find one of those out here in the wasteland?
I never heard nothing like that.
Perhaps if you ask Adam or Eve, they may be able to get you one.
Would I have seen anything in the vault logs about a GEC?
In 141?
Yeah.
You remember you read something about them. Yeah. You don't know anything about a location, but the idea of what they are, the ability to kind of reshape or reform or revitalize an area.
I do know I've heard about it, but the way they described it seems something very rare.
Well, I'll tell you, if you're looking for something like that, this might not be the best place for you. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm trying to be positive here, but, times ain't good, right, Cooter? And Cooter just kind of like, you think, looks at her, and his antenna twitch a little bit. And then she turns back to you. She's like, yeah, we've been having trouble. Them.
I take a look at Husky. You see Husky like a dog look like having like a side look.
Yeah, Husky his eyes are locked on Cooter. He is used to killing rad roaches, not just seeing them being stroked by old women sitting in a shop counter.
And I'm like, Husky, stay.
He's even got a little bit, the dog drool that comes out when they're really excited and really hungry. He's following your commands, but
Husky, I know you like to eat red roaches, but this one's not for eating somehow.
no, he is not. She says. But anyway, like I was saying, things ain't too great around here. If you're looking for something like that, if you're looking for something like this, what is it? Geek? Is that what you said?
It's called the Garden of Eden Creation. A geck.
A geck. Well, I don't know. We've lost contact with a lot of the other settlements in the area. We've been cut off by them damn broken crowns. Yeah. Hell, I don't even know if we're going to be able to survive. I've been thinking about pulling up stakes and getting out of here.
Yeah, we encountered some of those broken crown guys.
Is that what you call the men in the funny leather clothes? With the
She's like, yeah, I can tell, and holds up one of the leathers that you would put on the counter for her to assess, and she sees the markings on it. She's like, you killed some of them, huh? Well,
yeah, and I did see some camps of them during my travels, but do they have more settlements around?
Well, the big group of them took up the old courthouse just across the square from us. They're the ones that've been giving us most trouble. Then north of here, and for that, I think I will show you this. That is not where that is supposed to be. Come on now. Hang on.
There's a settlement.
Because, hang on.
There's a settlement in need for help. I will show it to you on the map. And any Fallout fan would know that.
There we go. So you guys are in Gateway City, and your battle was probably right around in here. And the courthouse that you saw in the background is there, and that's currently held by the Broken Crowns. And she says, up north a ways, past their blockades, is the Colosseum. Used to be a big old settlement up there. They might have known something about this Gork. Is that what it's called? Gork? Gek.
Yeah.
They might have known something about that, but unfortunately, we ain't been able to get up there. Between the Broken Crowns blockading us in here, waiting for us to die, and the Mirelurks come up out of the river, spawning more and more every day. City's not long.
Didn't notice anything.
You walk through it. That's what that fight was. You didn't notice it because you killed them.
That was supposed to be a blockade. Oh, okay. You would need to train.
Well, we ain't got much of a militia force around here, if you know what I mean. Y'all are probably the most skilled people I've seen in a while. She looks up at Big Jim. You know what I mean. Folk, not... no, I mean no disrespect. I got nothing but respect for your kind that come peacefully. But,
I just waved a little handkerchief a little bit. It's like...
Well,
this one's pretty strong. We've seen it in action, so.
I mean, I'm sure Riggs would offer you something if you're able to clear out that nest across the way for us. But maybe y'all should get some sleep first. Gear up.
Yeah.
Do
Do you have any
in your
dog
journals
food?
there?
Sleep? We don't need sleep. Why would we need sleep?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Mechanical Man. You understand we all need to sleep sometimes. We're not like you.
Sleep? Why would we need sleep? We don't need sleep.
You don't need sleep. Your soft friends do.
They need soft beds. Is there a hotel perhaps we can check them into?
Well, we've lost people recently. There's plenty of places you can squat for free. Beds might not be the cleanest, but they're going to be, sheltered. And that's all that matters.
Brian, are we allowed to add the 20 caps that we shared? So I didn't change it yet. We got 100. We had 102 caps.
Each.
Uh-huh.
Each, yeah.
And We keep 2 in a separate pot.
Oh, and you're all gonna if you want to split it up 1 each apiece, and then you just got 2 on the side for now, that's fine.
Okay, and I have 104.
So how many caps do we each have now?
20 additional caps.
In addition
You're
to the
splitting it
9?
evenly.
I just noticed I did actually start with caps on my sheet, Brian. Should I have had those?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
like for you, it was because you just had caps in your pocket from drinking Nuka-Colas back in the vault.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So,
Didn't know they were worth anything.
I was just keeping them because I'm a kleptomaniac. He's up on his wall in his bedroom in the vault. And now you're like, you're telling me these are worth money? I've thrown away thousands of these in my life.
Wow.
Are you insane?
This is insane.
Why would you throw away perfect caps?
He's a vault dweller. They don't know any better.
I've never heard anything like this where you use, this is garbage, you throw these away. This is money here, this is crazy.
Do you have more in your
Do you
vault?
have old world money? In that case, that from before the war.
No, in the vault we don't have money. We just all work together. It's a communist society, basically.
Yeah.
Communist society?
Ooh,
Oh,
communism is a mistake.
Oh,
It's a
that's
communist.
not good. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
Socialist.
I'd actually like to ask if she has a small backpack and if she has any canned dog food. It's for Husky in case he gets hungry. I always keep, dog food around.
Hey,
Oh, honey, you don't need to play. We all know everybody eats dog food when it's available. And then, I got some cans. Let's see how many cans of dog food. She doesn't have much stockpiled, but we'll see.
Nitzel, you know that we don't need.
Okay,
to
she's
have
got a
food.
decent amount of dog food, actually.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's a good
She's
roll.
got, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8 cans of dog food. As far as a backpack goes, Jake, she can offer you a backpack. Now she's gonna go full price unless you want to bargain with her.
I'm not the bargainer, but it's a small one is the only one I can afford. It costs 30.
Caps, yeah.
And dog food is 6.
Correct.
I'll try to.
You can try.
Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like put everything together that I want, and what I'm going to do is I like the way I do things is I pay Stabby, like I give Stabby
There
full
you go.
price. Sorry.
No, you're right. I was gonna suggest the same thing, but you got there on your own. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I give Stabby the money. He buys those things for me and then doesn't give me back the money that he saved on it. He usually just pockets it, but I don't know that.
Okay.
So
she-
It's an unwritten agreement we have.
Or he
So
gives
she
me back
runs
a few less or whatever. It's always like that.
She runs a pretty decent shop. She does list the prices of everything in caps next to them on the shelves in her spidery little handwriting that might take you a minute to understand. But yeah, all of her prices are according to the book. So if there's anything anybody wants, she has most things that are rarity 0 or 1.
So, Nitzel, how much is this that you want?
I'm sorry?
She doesn't sell armor or weapons, though.
Okay. How much is some food?
Food, I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Like the canned dog food is 6 caps each. If you're looking for cooked food, you're probably going to go back to the meat seller. But we can say she also probably has
They have like institute food packs
pork and
for 10.
beans, potato crisps. No, she doesn't have institute stuff.
No, okay.
Potted meat. You just looking for food to fill you up, or
Food that I can
Your
take off
best-
the road.
yeah, your
Alright.
best bet's probably going with the dog food.
Okay. It pains me.
Oh yeah,
Very
that would be completely new
very
to a
common
vault
meal.
dweller, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, Nitzel,
I mean, maybe
So,
there's
you
some
know,
corn.
you
Corn
want
wouldn't
in
be
total?
bad.
She has some sugar bombs. All she's got mostly is packaged like pre-war stuff, and the dog food is definitely the cheapest.
Crispy squirrel bits, those are 6.
Again, you might be able to get that from the meat seller.
No, I don't trust the meat seller now.
Just that, yeah.
I
He's
wonder
willing to sell you
why.
meat.
You won't have cooked it yet. You'd be fine. Honest.
I'll go see if he's got any plan on the stick.
He accepts it, you know.
Yeah, he definitely has iguana on a stick.
So mole rat meat only costs 5. That's
The thing is, though, iguana on a stick costs 33 caps.
Oh. I'm going to have to go.
yeah.
and some
Mole
lads.
rat
I'll get
meat
those
is
in.
5.
Now, Oliver just brought up a good point. It is possible for you guys to hunt your own food. There are some fields that are there, and they look to be kind of communal fields, so you might be able to grab some food from the fields.
And when we have Husky who can help hunting.
Yeah, well, Husky can hunt for himself, but
Yeah.
like if you're going to track something down, he might be able to assist you. Yeah, you could also go out scavenging.
Yeah. Okay. That's a
But
good idea.
that's probably something you want to deal with tomorrow. Keep in mind, you're still off of a big fight. Some of you are injured. You've got some gear that you want to deal with. Do we want to break down the rest of that gear and try to get some materials and do repairs?
Yeah.
Or do we want
do.
to sell any more of it? Or
Repair the
I'm
robot
trying
first.
to ask Nitzel how much it costs, because I would say that since I'm a survivor and just traveling around, I never learned to read.
So I'm buying 36 caps worth of stuff with 1 can and a
one can of
backpack
dog food
to be
Yeah.
able to go,
36.
especially if we're getting more. But the question I have is ammunition like sold in random bags of certain amounts by what's listed there, or is it per piece?
It's per round.
Wow. So basically to hunt,
Ammunition expensive.
it'll cost you 2 caps for 1 bullet to hunt. So you guys got to realize, like, dog
Well,
meat
hunting-
might be cheap. Yeah. Or you
No,
get more meat.
you can potentially find food by scavenging.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't just have to be straight up hunting.
Okay. All right. So I guess the only other thing I'll see is if maybe if there are traps in this game. No, I don't see anything, but snares.
That's something that you could potentially set up if you have materials
Okay. fair enough.
with a survival roll. So that might be something you can set up, like once we get stuff broken down. If you want to do something like that, I wouldn't be terribly opposed to it.
Okay.
Another thing you guys need to worry about is water, but there is a well in town, so you would be able to get some water. Again, not Churchill, but
So we need some empty bottles first, though.
yeah, but again, should be easy to find. That's pretty simple. I wouldn't necessarily make you have to do scavenging for the bottles.
Okay.
So I
I've
take
got-
the stuff. I
I've
take
got
the
a
stuff
whole
that
canteen.
Nitzel wants
Yeah.
and his caps,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then go to the lady. Let's do 60 on this, okay?
How much?
How much?
It was 65, right?
It's
No,
34.
it's 36.
30. Oh,
Sorry, 36. My apologies.
36. Oh, sorry. I thought 60. Let's do 30 on this, okay?
Make a roll.
Which that would be,
No, you needed a 10, right?
yeah. But is this a new scene or?
No, this is still the same scene.
Damn it.
So, yeah, honey, I gotta stick with the 36 on this. I already gave you a deal on those pistols.
Okay, and I know that I'm not able to change my mind. So, all right then, and I give them, I give Nitzel's caps.
Stabby, why do you look so upset? You got the stuff. Great, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but I
All right.
don't get any
No discount, though.
discount.
Well, I
right.
don't know. He never gets a discount with me, right?
Right. So let's go ahead and make sure we get this stuff broken down. To keep it simple, rather than making it, unless somebody really wants to make a roll to add some AP. Do you guys want to just go straight to rolling to see how much junk you get?
What's the roll
Sure.
for breakdown? It's repair.
So it's intelligence plus repair.
Yeah, mine's just pretty
best
solid,
at it?
like,
So can I have a 7 intelligence and I have repair as a as a tagged skill.
you're mine then.
So is that just
Again, so the difficulty is 0. That means you can automatically pass and roll to see how many how much junk you get to common items for repair. But if you want to roll, you can potentially generate AP, which you can bank, or you can roll additional dice to get more junk with.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually do that. And I mean, because if it's a complication, it's only a complication for me. I'm going to roll
That's
at the
true.
bank. So 2d20. And,
Yep, roll 2d20.
and at the same time, what is the rest of the rolls that I need to roll? Or is it?
Just 2d20 for now.
Okay.
We'll see if you succeed.
Oh, I get a complication. But I do roll on a tagged skill my number.
So that's a crit.
Oh, okay. So that's 2 successes. So do you want to bank them both, or do you want to use them to get additional materials?
I think I'm going to use them. I'll use one for additional materials.
1 to bank?
And no, you know what? I mean, we need the materials we need for the robot. That's what we're doing it. Why bank
And
it?
for my gun.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 3 combat dice. And I'll come up with a complication based on that at some point.
Wow.
All right.
Not a good roll.
No, then can I
Yeah.
use luck to re-roll the other 2, or I don't know. I'm not sure how that works.
Well, you can actually use luck to re-roll all 3 because none of them counted. You need effect dice to get
Yeah, then
materials.
I will certainly do that.
Oh no, that is 1. So you can re-roll 2. My bad.
Okay, good.
Okay, so you got a total of 2 common materials from 1. Anybody else want to roll? Or are we just going to roll for materials?
I'll make
Let's roll for materials.
Okay, go for it.
So we got 2 from 1. That leaves quite a bit, actually. So we still have 4, 9 items. I'm just going to go ahead and roll 9 combat dice to see how many you guys get. Not too shabby. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus you already had the 2, so that's 8. Now these common items can be used for repair. They can be used for creating a cooking station, interestingly enough. But there's one in town. You don't have to worry about that. Each one weighs 2 pounds and is worth 2 caps. If you wanted to sell it.
How much do I need to repair?
You only need 1 to make a repair roll.
Okay,
Same thing for the gun.
I'll take 1 for the gun.
Okay, so I do need you guys to make your repair rolls, though.
Stabby, is your repair okay, or do you want me to have a go at that for you?
Well, actually, do I need to make a repair roll? Let's check.
Just out of curiosity, if it's not tagged, can you still use that skill?
You can if you have points in it. And even if you don't have points in a skill, you can still roll, but you're just going to be rolling the attribute.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. Don't worry. My big Jim cannot repair. So.
Right.
I'm not going to try.
The Nettles is still better, but mine's is okay. Like
It's just.
You are asking if you could help Derek.
Yeah.
So you can help each other. Again,
I'm
helping is.
You
Go
are
ahead.
from a vault. What do you know about hunting rifles?
I know about gun mechanism.
Knows about repairing.
Yeah.
So when you're helping somebody, you get to roll. If you're the helper, you roll 1d20, and if you succeed, that counts as a success. If the person you're helping succeeds.
Okay, so I will still roll 2 then, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and then he rolls 1 for helping, or
Correct.
okay.
So
I
it's roll
need to
2d20.
get I need to get below 8.
Oh, those aren't very good.
I got an 8.
I didn't
Okay.
get any extra success, unfortunately.
So yeah, you managed to get it unstuck and functioning again at the cost of 1 common unit. And then for strain, the difficulty is 2 to repair. Oh, sorry, that's just for. No, yeah, it's 2. Okay. But it's gonna restore. Okay, hang on. Nope, it's not a roll for you. So outside of combat, an hour's work on a damaged machine restores hit points equal to twice the repair's skill rating. So you can use 1 common item, and if you're repairing yourself, can fully restore your hit points over an hour. You definitely
I'll
have
do that
more.
one. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
But that's outside of combat. In combat, a roll is necessary for healing Churchill. Okay, so we've got all of our stuff broken down. We used 2 of our common items, so we have 6. Still a decent amount of caps, although you guys have figured out you all have 20, and you're keeping track of that on your own. There's 2 caps in the kitty. 75, 38 rounds. Did you write all that down, Scoon? The 75, 38 rounds and the extra pistol?
Yeah, I have that noted down, yeah.
Oh, wait. Maybe we could trade 38 rounds for 10mm rounds.
Yep.
Not on a 1-for-1 basis.
No, not on a
38
1-for-1.
rounds.
No. Of course not.
38
They have
rounds
to
are
earn
very
it.
common.
They have
One's
to
worth
earn,
2
but
caps,
I'd
one
like
was
to.
worth 3, then a straight 2 for 3 basis.
I'd like to try to replenish. Although, since 38,
she'll let you trade 38s for 10 mils at a 2-to-1 basis. 2 38s for 110.
Wow.
38s are very, very common
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
low
but
power.
they're needed more. Okay. You know what? If we have 75 left and it's divided by 5, or how many
I
can I
have the
have?
gun still.
Oh,
Well,
so
you do, but do you need 75 rounds for it?
Well,
Or do you want to help your friends restore and replenish some of their rounds?
we
Yeah,
could let you do all the shooting, Stabby. We'll stay behind rocks while you do that if you like.
We could turn 50 of them into 25 10mm rounds, and you keep 25 38 rounds.
I'll agree to that.
Okay.
All right.
So adjust your ammo totals accordingly, however you want to split up the 25 10 mils.
How many users are there of 10mm? I'm 1,
3 of you.
2, 3.
This is them too.
25 divided by 3 is 8 each and 1 left over. Nitzel, since you did the deal, you take 9, I'll take 8. Churchill 8.
So, to get back to some of the role playing, though, as you guys go over to the kind of workshop area, there is a man there who's working on a rifle. He sees you walk up and he's like, "Oh, ain't seen you around before. Y'all come through the blockade, the Broken Crowns?"
Well,
Is that what
apparently
you
there
called
was a
it?
blockade, yeah, but we
Blockade?
didn't really notice.
Yeah, they're holding all the lanes and all the roads and all the open paths up to the courthouse. Ain't none of us been able to get past them.
Well, the road is a little bit bloody now at the moment, but yeah, we came from there.
How many do you take down?
Yeah, there were a lot. There were at least 10, I think. Let me count.
No, there was 6.
They let one walk.
8.
There were
Subtract the 3.
He looks at Churchill and he's like, 6, was it?
I believe it was indeed 6.
Well, you done helped us out here. Tell you what,
Did we
I'm
earn a
gonna
bounty?
give each of you 10 caps for your help.
Oh,
Thanks.
Is that big
Most
Jim
gracious
holding
of
up
you,
all
sir.
the fingers there?
And still continuing to interact with Churchill, looking you dead into one of your eyes as he's handing out caps to everybody else. Clearly, he has a sense of respect for you. probably recognizing your markings and your station as a military bot.
Of course.
He says, "You be interested in earning more, would you?"
And my friends and I would be delighted to earn more caps. You see, Derek here used to throw caps away.
Yeah,
It's a big problem. We have educated him now that throwing caps away is not a good idea.
it's a waste.
I come from the vault. I'm sorry. I
What?
don't know how things work up here.
I think he had a drinking
You
problem.
just peg him on the wall or something like that?
No,
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think he had a drinking problem.
Well, I'll tell you, if you all could clear out that nest in the courthouse, I'd be willing to give you each 50 caps out of the treasury.
What kind of nest?
Make it 55 and you got a deal.
Oh, son, I mean,
Hey, 50 will be fine, thank you very much.
ain't got that much.
In
I'll
fact,
tell
50
you.
is 50 is far too generous. We'll only do it for 45.
You don't. No.
Well, I will take you up on that, sir. What have you got a designation?
And
Mr.
my name
Gutsy?
is Churchill.
Oh, Churchill.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of
I
course,
can
it will
definitely
be our
set those caps
pleasure.
aside.
But give the 5 extra caps to the children, 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 to the children,
Laugh.
to the children. Yes, 5 caps to the children.
Well, I will do that.
You see, my friends and I, well, they are friendly and eager to assist. Is that not so?
100%. Stabby. Remember what Dale Carnegie always says? He says there's only one best way to win an argument, and that's don't start one. So just let's say yes.
I wasn't starting an argument. I
Just writing
need-
my notes here.
I'm just saying you have a history. You have a history,
for 45.
and we have a lot of knowledge in here to impart.
Now, it is important to note at this point that actually both Stabby and Nitzel, why am I having trouble with that? You both have a note
Yeah.
about a job.
Oh, he also got it. Okay.
Well, he's also a mercenary. It might be what brought the two of you together to begin with. You might have decided to travel together because you were both heading towards Gateway City to look into this job. And your note references someone by the name of Hammond. Seek Hammond for a job.
Sorry, but could I ask you your name?
Oh, I'm Riggs.
Riggs.
That's Briggs, not Murtaugh.
Just Riggs, son.
Oh, that's so smart. You know,
Do
Dale
you
Carnegie
maybe
says
know
a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in
Nitzel,
any
what
language.
didn't
It says it
Nitzel?
right here? Yes.
Didn't we agree that when I talk, you shut up?
I'm just showing how smart you are.
Up.
Do you think 45 is too much to accept, gentlemen?
No, it's not. It's actually too low. But
Really?
do you maybe know a Hammond, sir?
Oh, Hammond. There's a Liza Hammond that lived in town. She disappeared a few weeks back, or at least I ain't seen her.
Could she be taken by the Broken Crowns?
I mean, it's possible. They have been taking people who are outside the gates. Luckily, they ain't been in the city yet, but, you know, you set foot outside, I can't promise anybody safety. Hell, I can barely promise them safety inside.
Are the children safe?
For now. That's why I've been looking for somebody to take out the courthouse. You
We'll happily
root
take
out
out
that
the
group
courthouse.
there, and we might be able to move again. We might be able to get help from one of the other settlements further out in the city.
In fact, if we take longer than 2 days, we'll do the job for nothing.
Those you talk.
Well, sir, I will take you up on that.
Please don't.
It is
I
the best
know.
that we can do.
I know that a
We will
Mr.
get-
Gutsy does not go back on his word.
Oh, he's not a
Absolutely
Mr. Gutsy.
We will get the job done.
Indeed, we shall. At the highest possible speed. This,
Well, how about-
this,
How long is it travel?
Mr. Stabby. Well, it's just out there. Remember, we just saw
You
the
can
courthouse.
see the courthouse from here.
This Mr. Stabby gives you motivation to get the job done quickly.
You see, Mr. Stabby, you're doing the right thing. You're asking questions. Dale Carnegie always says, ask questions instead of giving orders. You're doing the greatest thing. You're such a great
Who
leader.
the hell is Dale Carnegie?
In this book. In this
He's
book.
the author of the book.
How to make friends and influence people. Oh, we're doing great.
You know I can't read, right?
That's why I read to you.
Yeah, and that's why I want you to shut up.
So Briggs is kind of grinning at these two talking to each other, and he turns back to Churchill and he says, if your friends are looking for Liza Hammond, she's easy to spot. She's got a bright red shock, a hair that stands up in every which direction most of the time. And last I saw her, she was wearing her green dress with her leather armor draped over the top of it. So,
Thank you very much for the information.
yeah. And listen, y'all take care of that courthouse. You come back.
Oh, within 2 days. Oh, you do not need to pay us.
Well, whether that comes true or not, if you guys manage to make it out of there and you open up the way for us, you'd be welcome here anytime.
That sounds delightful.
Keep the
Delightful.
caps ready, please.
Delightful. 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 Yes.
All right. So he then goes on to offer you a place to sleep for the night. Again, much like my notes, Darla told you there are a lot of plots that are open currently with, nothing more than a bed and a bucket, but places where the living can sleep. There's even a place that's big enough for Big Jim, made out of several old monster truck tires kind of pushed up against each other and 4 or 5 mattresses laid up on top. Looks like they've had super mutant visitors before. Possibly even a resident that was around before things got bad. And there's far more open beds than there are people present. That you can see for yourself as you're going through town. And most of the other townsfolk, I mean, they're willing to talk to you. They'll chit chat, especially seeing you engage with Darla and Riggs. They're very pleasant. They see you as kind of welcomed and accepted now. But most of them ain't got much to say to you, except for as you're walking along, possibly going to the various places that you've been offered to stay. Big Jim feels something tugging at his, their shorts, pants, boots.
Loincloth.
Not all super mutants just wear loincloths. Some put on more clothing. Big
Yeah,
Jim technically has casual clothing.
Yeah. It might be a little ripped in places and stretched, but
I don't know. I think the way I made Big Jim is I'm really picturing Big Jim wearing like a velour tracksuit, like not actual athletic wear, but like kind of a distended and popping at the seams and just casual tracksuit.
Just a nice burgundy, so the blood just matches.
Oh yeah, great. So you feel something tugging at your leg as you're walking through town. And as you look down, you see, I mean, these stupid humans, they are so much smaller than you. I mean, you have to remember, you are superior to them in every way. Like, you are the next step in human evolution.
Next step.
You are smarter than humans. You're stronger than humans, obviously. You're faster than humans. You know more than humans. And they're so small. But this one is smaller. Like, it is the tiniest human you think you've ever seen. And it says, excuse me. Excuse me, big green.
I'm trying to turn and look and just trying to figure out a way to like get down to their level, because even like crouching probably wouldn't be
You're still massive compared to them. But you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, actually probably just just sit on the floor.
Are you going back out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Can you look for my friend?
Your friend? Who's friend?
He's my best friend. My daddy bought him for me from one of the traveling traders. I'm not supposed to say, but he's a communist teddy bear. His name is Comrade Chubbs.
Chubbs.
Comrade Chums.
He got taken by one of them mean guys in the red suits with the weird face and the little crown on top on it.
He stole Teddy?
He took Chubbs.
I will find Chubbs.
Oh, will you?
Yes.
That'd make me so happy.
We'll find Chubbs. No, you should not steal Teddy Chubbs. Or Teddy.
He holds his little hand up towards you. He says, I'm a little bit.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Little bit what?
That's my name. A little bit. What? You got a name, or are you just green?
Oh, Big Jim. Or sometimes
Sometimes Oh, okay, Big Jim. If you find him, I can show you something.
Does Chum has secrets? Are you secret?
No, I found a secret down by the river.
I like secrets.
I'll show you if you bring Chubbs back.
Deal. And I don't even know, like, I hold my hand out and then just like, it's probably half the size of this child, and just like...
You could probably encase his entire torso in your hand. Like, that's how big you are. Yeah, maybe you hold out your pinky to him and he can kind of grab onto it.
My brain then went to getting the arm out, but yeah, it's probably best like do the pinky shake rather than getting the other arm.
Otherwise, if you give him an actual shake, his hand would just be obliterated.
Nah, we like a little bit.
Well,
just for fun, let's see if I can. There's Comrade Chubbs.
Chubbs.
Hey, Comrade Chubbs.
Okay.
Yeah, I would almost think if you would. Well, it wouldn't mind if you break his arm because you have spares. I mean, how many did you collect?
It's just one arm and one leg, you know.
So you have
breakfast.
You have a backup.
All right, so get some sleep, or is there more equipment we need to figure out with some of your caps? Or are you guys good? Riggs, actually, since you offered to, since Churchill kindly offered to make sure that the job gets done, Riggs actually sets you all up with a meal as well, and enough to drink for the evening.
There you go. See?
So can I put a consume and get the hit points back?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
you can restore the hit points you've lost. You get a good enough, hearty enough meal that your hit points are regained, and you are no longer hungry. You have a nice, good meal, good purified water, or at least at the very least boiled water to be able to drink without fear of any radiation.
Stabby, that was great. That was great. Mark down the calendar date. Our next meal 3 days from now. Like,
Yeah, maybe. Hey, at least you have some food, Jake.
yeah.
And to be fair, Derek has some water. I don't know if he's told anybody that, but he does.
Yeah, I've got a Voltec canteen.
Yeah.
It's got number 4 in it.
Well, and your canteen has the benefit too that when you fill it up, it purifies the water that you put in it.
Nice.
It can just hold.
Oh, does it actually?
It filters.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
It just
nice.
it just holds 1 unit of water at a time. You can't,
I can't do everybody's water. Can't purify
Exactly.
everybody's water.
Right.
Is it the Vault
Exactly.
13 canteen?
What's that?
Is
No,
the
his is a Vault 44 canteen.
Oh. Would be more fun if it was a full 13 canteen because Fallout New Vegas.
That vault is quite a ways from here. So yeah, you guys get a good night's rest, and in fact, you because you feel so welcomed here, you get a very good rest, and you get to feel something called well rested, which in the video games would give you additional experience, but it's not that good here. It is good though. All the living people who are able to achieve a well rested state gain 2 additional maximum hit points for the day. So your max and your current hit points go up by 2. Unfortunately, not for Churchill.
I'm practically
'cause he
perfect
is-
in every way, so it doesn't really matter.
Exactly, right. So now what Churchill does all night, I don't know. Does he feel the need to patrol the town or watch the walls?
He watches everybody.
He watches everybody.